This is what we use for mixing the dry mix. Mixing that up's a lot easier using the cement mixer. Tried all different methods and finally this was the one we settled on. We can make up quite a few barrels of base mix at a time using this, and we've got our measurements all worked out so that we get one good load each time. When we make up the base mix, we load up these big barrels. As you can see, we've got a couple there ready to go. They hold, you know, a couple of £100, and our base mix we take from there, and I measure it out carefully into a white bucket, and that white bucket represents one mix. As you can see, we've got about 10.5 pound. The way it works out with our different additives that go into the base mix after we've mixed it all up. So that's our base mix side. That one set of base mix represents a 60 egg mix. So we take 60 eggs, break them up, add one of our flavours. There's a few of our flavours there. Add one of our flavours and they go into the big mixer. And that's added to the dry mix all together in the big mixer. Give it a good mix up so it comes out into that nice pliable malleable dough. Once the dough comes out, it goes into our rolling machine. I'll show you this in operation in a little bit. Dough goes in the top here. Machine's turned on. This is set for 20 mil right now. The 20 mil boilies come out. We carry them, catch them in these little bins we've got with wheels on. We use 2 burners to boil up those boilies, 2 minutes each. When they come out, we put on the rack to dry. This is homemade racks we made. They're built so that we can take the boilies off easily when they're dry, pour them into bags. We normally leave them on there for 24 hours, and we can get about 60 or 70 pound on the rack, which is generally what we make on one evening session. This is the 2 trays of eggs. That's 60 eggs, 5 dozen eggs broken up. What we do is we give these a mix up first before we add our flavour, and for that we use we've got an automatic whisk. Give them a stir up. Adding flavour is pretty straightforward with our siphons. We know exactly how much one press gives us, so we've worked that out to give us the right amount per 6 egg mix. We don't use a lot of flavour. We normally keep our flavour levels to about 4 mil per 6 egg mix. This is the big mixer in action. This will mix up the whole 60 egg mix in one go. Beats all that hand rolling and hand mixing that we used to do. That's the pool of mix as it's come out of the mixer, and we're going to get ready to put that into the rolling machine. There's the mix in the rolling machine. Mind your fingers, Bill. And I'll show you the boilies coming out of the other end. There's the boilies coming out. Wayne will catch them in the plastic bins ready to go into the boiling machine. Okay, they come out of the bins into the boiler, some in each one. And we'll time them out to 2 minutes. The boiler's going onto the rack. Wayne will leaving them out. As I say, we generally leave these on for 24 hours. Let them dry out. These racks work out really good. The problem we had was not putting the boilies on the rack, the problem was getting them off. It was a tedious job getting them off the metal racks that we had. So we created these that have a little trap door on the end, and the whole shelf is on a hinge. We just take the trap door up, lift up the hinge, and everything pulls off into a sack, into a bag. So they work out really well. Only we used a ton of wood to make them, but it's good, it works. So this rack we'll put on about £70, which is what we'll make tonight, and then we'll do that a couple of times a week, and that gives us enough bait to see us through the season. We use a lot of bait. We'll typically bait up 2 or 3 times during the week if we're going to go down on a 2-day session weekend, and then we put a lot of bait in once we're there. So it works for us. We have several fridges and freezers to store our bait. There's one freezer here, there's a 2 fridge freezers and 2 refrigerators for eggs and some of our additives. There's another freezer in the house, and Wayne has 2 freezers in his garage, plus the 2 fridge freezers. During the winter, when we make up our stock of bait, we need to be able to store about 500 or 600 pounds, so refrigeration and freezer space is a premium for us. There we go, up to about an hour with 3 mixes. It comes out to about £50 with the weight of the eggs and additives and all the rest of it. So a quick £50. Boilies look alright, and I'll bag them up tomorrow, and then we'll freeze them.